And Maureen Boyle gets us underway. Rebecca Sanders with the first centre pass for the Australian team. Wilson to O'Donnell, back into Wilson. Vicky Wilson gets the first goal of the match. Our umpires this evening are Maureen Boyle and Jan Cross.
Southby has that ball halted there by Illich, but she picks up the contact. Southby now free, heading towards the goal shooting circle. Good work there from Richardson. The attention being placed on Cox. Southby running the top of the circle. Good jump from Ellis. Good tap there from Cox as well. Set up again. Young, strong player. Southby performed very well in the first match against Australia. Rebounded by Australia now. O'Donnell and Borlase.
Yes, Eloise Southby shot 14 from 16 at 86% in the first match. Off target, though, with her first two in this game. Turnover has gone, though, to the President's 12, and we can see them on the fly now through Hodge, looking for an option, finds Southby. Was wanting to offload to Cox. Again, she's long on that shot, and a strong rebound there from Janine Illich. Does well to keep the ball in court. O'Donnell out to Sanders, long ball across to Wilson, catches it down low.
And you're looking in the goal circle at, I suppose, two shooters as such. Borlase, reputedly a better shooter than perhaps goal attack. And Wilson in her known position of goal shooter. And I think Jill McIntosh just running as many options as she can with the Australian lineup. Big series, the world champs. She would want to give her shooters as much rest as possible. So creating a few options.
Short pass.
That's two short passes we've seen in two trips down the court. Australia came up with the first one. Another one against the President's 12. Maybe that's something that these two umpires decided in game one was perhaps let go. Maybe it's just an infringement that's crept into this match. Jenny Borlase off target with the first one. Came off the post. So President's 12 with possession, and Williams now to Richardson. Onto Hodge.
Oh, Ellis read it, but Illich took it. Good work there from Ellis to withdraw from the contest.
Illich, it spins out of her hands. Hodge comes up with it. Eyes were wide open.
Offside. Free pass, Australia.
So at the moment, Australia with just the one on the scoreboard. Played close to 3 minutes, so a very low-scoring start.
In the first match, the first quarter was won by Australia 17-14. It was quite a close encounter. As Wilson off target, this is not going the way that the first game did go. All shooters shot very well in that first quarter of the first game. Here they're just off target. Wilson's got 50% and the others yet to score.
Good pass there from Williams to Hodge at the top and on to Cox. President's 12 on the scoreboard.
And already we're seeing just a little bit more familiarity amongst this President's 12 team. You see here Hodge into Cox, into the air, and comes up with the ensuing goal.
That was a pinpoint pass there from Williams, executed well, and left hand of screen Australia shot through Jenny Borlase.
So Australia take the lead 2-1 with just 11 minutes 20 remaining in this first quarter. Southby to Richardson. Richardson again floats that ball in for Cox.
Throw in.
Good elevation once again from Ellis. That is her strength, and she's not happy with the decision there from umpire Jan Cross.
President's 12 retained possession. Cox to Richardson. Bounce pass was for Hodge, but was good hands. Illich regathers for Australia. Wilson, good hands from Richardson as well, and good hustling. Oh, and another intercept. So, as yet, both teams yet to settle in this match.
Squire with the last two intercepts. She had hands on the first one, deflected, and on that one, read it well, came through, picked it up. And here's the offload from Williams. Squire was right there.
Oh, in and out for Vicky Wilson. She was shooting that one from quite a distance, but great movement from Shelley O'Donnell to drag that one down.
Late attempt there from Borlase, and Browning spears that one right under the commentary box. We've got it now, and sideline to go the way of Australia.
O'Donnell onto Borlase, pops it across to Wilson. Vicky Wilson, now she's getting going. 2 from 4 at 50%, takes the Australian team to a 3-1 lead.
Contact
of the ball with the body. Back next to the goal attack.
I know some of the girls were a bit surprised that the first match wasn't quite as physical as they thought it would be. Apparently in 95 and 96, these games were quite tough encounters as Wilson takes Australia out to a 3-goal lead, 4-1. Maybe a few more contacts this evening and Ellis again with a nice touch there.
In the President's 12 defence, they came in very early, got together on the day. As we see Ellis, good stretch from her. And there wasn't much time to really get onto the court together. Today, a different story.
That one thrown out by Hodge. She was looking for Cox but couldn't make the ground in time. So Squire for Australia. Onto Sanders, finds O'Donnell. Ball ace, holds it up. Wilson breaks free of Sally Browning. All net for Vicky Wilson. She has 4 of Australia's 5 goals so far in this first quarter, and Jill McIntosh looking on with interest. That was a break against Jenny Borlase, so a few little elementary mistakes in this first quarter. As Catherine Cox puts one up, hard off the rim, follows it in. Catherine Cox and fights hard against Janine Illich, but comes up with the contact call. Illich out to Sanders. Finds O'Donnell, Borlase and Richardson. Richardson comes up with it. Williams onto Hodge. Richardson back out to Hodge.
Barney's contact.
Southby working it around, getting the position happening in the President's 12 team. And Cox there, smile on the face. That was good work. They didn't panic, didn't try to get the ball in that wasn't on. President's 12 now 2. But Australia still have a 3-goal lead. A lot of turnovers early in this quarter. Just under 8 minutes remaining.
Also penalties. More in favour of the President's 12 with 8, Australia with the 4. So as you mentioned, Simone, perhaps a bit of contact coming from the President's 12 in their endeavour to get closer to the Australian players. Borlase puts it up high. Browning takes it well, rebounds.
1 from 3 for Jenny Borlase, 33%. So 5 plays 3. That one goes over the sideline.
Good defensive work from the Australians in the mid-court. Squire putting the pressure, as to was Shelley O'Donnell. Another long one to Wilson, ran out of space. Turned over again.
Williams, Richardson, high ball to Hodge. Nice aerial work, great ball back into Cox. Working nicely there, the President's 12. Catherine Cox just can't finish it off, though. And Australia charge down court now through Sanders and Borlase. O'Donnell holds it up.
That's where Sue Hawkins wanted to, I think the word was clog it up in the mid-court, but at the moment, Australia taking a run through centre court.
Vicky Wilson, 5 from 7 at 71%. Not a bad crowd in here at the arena. To see this, I suppose it's almost a friendly match. Although I don't know if some of the girls would call it a friendly match, but Australia versus the President's 12. You're seeing the best netballers in our country as Eloise Southby gets all net. That's her first goal of this match. 1 from 4 at 25%, but brings the President's 12 back within 2.
Oh, well done. Sally Browning came out. Gilmore crumbed for her. Oh, again, Peter Squire. A few touches from her in this first quarter.
3 intercepts already for Peter Squire. She's tuned in this match. Borlase, Williams putting the pressure on. And it's hard off the back of the rim, but nicely followed up by Jenny Borlase. And she gets the goal on the second attempt. Australia 7, the President's 12, 4.
Sets the shot up, Borlase, takes the rebound well, positions, eyes following the ball. Was deciding which was her landed foot.
Best to take that brief moment to do that. Richardson into Southby from far distance. Eloise Southby, maybe she's got the range in now, 2 from 5. Again brings the President's 12 back within 2. You can see there the President's 12 shooters, 60% for Cox, 40% for Southby. As Wilson gets another one on the board for Australia. 8 plays 5 now with just on 5 minutes remaining in this first quarter.
Hodge holds it up. Cox takes Ellis out of the circle and works the goal line very well indeed. Front of Ellis. Ellis lost sight of Cox on that occasion. Australia 8, leading by 2 over the Presidents 12 on 6. Mid-range shot from Wilson, and she secures that for Australia once again. 7 from 9. Good shooting from Vicky Wilson. Had a slow start to the game. Wilson again, good extension from Browning. Doesn't deter Wilson's shot.
Pass the shot.
Obstruction goes against Liz Ellis at the other end, so Catherine Cox will have another go. Gets it in. 9 plays 7 now. Australia with the 2-goal lead. And in the background, some Presidents 12 players having a bit of a run, the bench players.
Contact wing defense.
I don't know whether they're actually keeping warm because it's quite warm here in Brisbane at the arena. But you never know. Last match we had wholesale changes
Into the circle.
in the quarter-time break.
Australia ran with their starting 7 for 2 quarters, and Jill McIntosh then switched the team at half-time, so the entire 12 of the Australian side having a run
Throw in.
the first game,
Wing area.
as too did the Presidents 12, but there was changes at every quarter break.
So you see Liz Ellis go for the intercept there. Cox with the goal for the Presidents 12. Catherine Cox now 6 from 8 at 75%. Better shooting from Catherine. Last game she shot 11 from 18 at 61%.
Both together.
And whilst we say, Simone, this is a great run for the Australian side leading into the World Champs, it's also a good forum for the young players, as we heard Sue Hawkins chat to us prior to the game. Not only that, when you look at the Australian side as such, clash of bodies there. Squire, Ellis pulled out, Cox went down, and Squire picks up the contact.
It was looking like a bit of a sandwich there for a minute, and it was.
Front player Squire went back into play, and that's why she picked up the contact. Cox keeping her body strong and upright.
Both players back on their feet. Catherine Cox with the throw in to Richardson. Oh, just
Contact wing defence. Top of the circle.
goes against Squire. Looked like it was going to be a turnover. Floats the ball up, and good work from Ellis.
Pass the shot.
The contact goes against her.
I was going to say just earlier, Simone, good forum for the young side, because when you look at the likes of, we know Vicky Wilson retiring, and also some of the experienced players that have been there for some time, perhaps Jenny Borlase in the next few years, Shelley O'Donnell as well. It gives a whole new range of options for the selectors to look at, with Eloise Southby having a good season in '99 in the National League.
And she's locked it up here in the first quarter. Australia and the Presidents 12, 10 apiece. Under 2 minutes remaining in this first quarter. And this is a good hit out. This is what the crowd have come to see.
And Australia working the sideline. Far too tight there. Good work from Richardson.
And plenty of chat also from Richardson and Williams. Nice and pumped up. Richardson onto Hodge.
Hodge deciding to take the parallel option, did not look down court.
Hodge into Cox. Will she take it from there? She does. And it's in for Catherine Cox. So the Presidents 12 for the first time in this match take the lead. 11 plays 10. And they have the centre pass, but again, Squire manages the intercept. But some good pressure from Reagan Gilmore manages to regain possession for the Presidents 12. Southby almost runs into Illich. Richardson gets it into Cox, who had front position over Illich. Gets the goal, and all of a sudden the Presidents 12 are out by 2. 12 plays 10. Under a minute remaining now in this first quarter.
Well-timed pass coming in from Richardson on that occasion. There goes Richardson down to Hodge.
Sally Browning there contacting in a solid way with Vicky Wilson as time's called. Both girls. Browning will have to put a shoe back on. Vicky Wilson readjusting the mouth guard.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Oh, I think she just lost her footing. Oh, Vicky wasn't giving up any ground either, so wipe of the court so that it's not dangerous or slippery.
Yeah.
Bit of a breather for both teams, because it has been quite a torrid first quarter.
It's been a slow start, very slow start there, the Presidents 12. Not getting off to a good start. Australia also slow in the scoring division, but they picked up the pace halfway through the first quarter.
Certainly did. They've called out one of the ball girls now to wipe it up. As you can see, the President's 12 girls. That's the bench. Jo Morgan, Abby Tier, Narelle Garbett, Vicky Wilson brings Australia back within one in the latter stages of this first quarter. President's 12 are on 12. Australia on 11. Hodge out to Cox. That one's off Illich.
12.
So Southby.
Where you are.
Oh, Cox with the reach. I think that one was meant for Hodge, but Catherine had the long extension of the arm, dragged it in, turned around, shot the goal. Catherine Cox now 9 from 11 at 82%. President's 12 maintaining that 2-goal lead as the timekeeper gets out of his chair. Under 10 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Wilson puts it up. It's off target. Ballers will have to be quick. But in fact, that is first quarter time. 8 minutes remaining in this second quarter of game 2. Richardson goes behind her to Williams. Back to Richardson. Works with Williams. On to Hodge and Cox. Ellis, though, with the contact. So one defender in the circle. Cox too far out, floats it over to Richardson. Catherine Cox, she's got confidence. Follows it through, but doesn't need to. That one rolls in for Catherine Cox. President's 12 out by 5, 20 plays 15. Squire to O'Donnell. Floats the ball to Borlase, does well to keep the hands and the feet and the ball in court and put up the shot, but it's off target. We saw a great one from Jackie Delaney of the same nature in game 1. Borlase not as lucky on that occasion as Illich collides with Southby. And having Liz Ellis in your face like that must be rather disconcerting. But Eloise Southby on that occasion gets one through the net, 5 from 9 at 56% for Southby. And the President's 12-21 against Australia now 15.
Hodge indicates that she didn't touch it last, and it stays with Alex Hodge on the sideline. President's 12 through Southby. Cox. She's got her eye in here tonight and once again drops it. 22 plays 15.
Catherine Cox lined up for the Australian team once this year. I'm sure she's keen to impress the selectors again for future international duties. Hodge holds it up, goes for Southby, who did well to get in the air and bring that one down. And comes up with the goal. Eloise Southby 6 from 10 now at 60%. President's 12-23, Australia 15. It's an 8-goal lead to the President's 12.
Cox coming right out, Ellis staying with her. That is a very high bomb. Sanders had time to read it, move back, picked up the contact. So a sea of purple at the moment, trying to run the goal circle. Well done there. Southby to Cox, and once again, Catherine Cox puts her 18th goal in from 21 attempts. Australian coach Jill McIntosh rather relaxed.
We mentioned it in the first game about teammates, National League teammates playing against each other. Cox and Ellis lining up against each other. And Catherine Cox at the moment getting the better of Liz Ellis. Takes the President's 12 to a 10-goal lead. President's 12 now 25, the Australian team 15.
Speared in by Southby, did it well.
It was an Ellis intercept which got Australia possession here as Wilson again fires a bullet across the circle. Borlase has ended up with it and it's short. Williams goes up. Borlase though strong in the air and pulls down the rebound. And gets the goal. 25 plays 16. Borlase 8 from 14 at 57%. Australia with possession. Borlase, she's the most accurate in the National Netball League, Jenny Borlase. And in match 1, shot 22 from 24 at 92%. President's 12-25, the Australian team on 17.
Richardson also fronting up for the Australian team this year. Cox mishandles. And teammates Peter Squire and Alex Hodge up against each other.
Ellis finds her defending partner in Illich. Gilmore stands aside.
Clever move there by Illich. She cribbed a few metres as she moved down court with that penalty pass. Wilson has it, mid-range shot. Good movement, good rhythm there from Vicky Wilson. 18 plays 25. Borlase holds it up, pinpoints it to the advantage of Wilson. She looks for that lucky spot on the ball, and once again Australia have scored.
25 plays 19 now, with 3 minutes 40 remaining in this second quarter. Possession is with the President's 12. Gilmore shoots it straight into the circle to Cox, who turns around and takes the shot. Her confidence is sky high. 20 from 23 at 87% at the moment, Catherine Cox. Takes the President's 12 to 26. Australian team are on 19. As we see Sanders, eyes on the ball, drags that one in. O'Donnell, good movement from Borlase. And Browning goes up.
Good holding there from Browning in the sense of keeping Borlase behind her. Waited for the drop of the ball with the rebound. President's 12 going to attack. Hodge balances on one leg. Southby misdirects that pass. Turnover going the way of Australia. Just under 3 minutes remaining in this second quarter. A 7-goal margin to the underdogs as such.
Holding, goal attack.
Wondering whether the ball is a little slippery. It's dropping through the hands of quite a few players out there. I know the last trip down court for the President's 12, quite a few of them couldn't hang on to it. Let's see how they go on this trip. Cox. Looks for an option. Finally finds Southby. Cox moves into the circle and doesn't get a call on that one. Takes a look up from the ground, and I think she was waiting for one.
Really wasn't the right option there. Cox being attended to by Illich and Ellis. Set up Squire to take it. Hodge out of play. Australia leading through Illich through the mid-court. Wilson leaves the circle for Borlase, running the goal line. Offside there. You heard umpire Jan Cross call it on Richardson.
Round further.
Australia back in the circle.
That'll do. Where you are.
Wilson calling for the ball girl to get her the ball a little quicker. She gets the goal. Vicky Wilson now 11 from 15 at 73%. President's 12 still with the 6-goal lead. Cox drags it back in. Now to Hodge, into Catherine Cox. She's making some good court coverage in game 2 here at the arena in Brisbane. Takes the President's 12 team back out to a 7-goal lead. 21 from 24 at 88% for Catherine Cox.
Browning a bit late again. Wilson and Borlase. No, Wilson in the circle. Sorry, I thought it was out of the circle. Back in. Wilson steps it in. Good work there from Borlase. Tipped the rebound. Back to Wilson. Australia back within 6 now. 21 plays 27.
We've said it before. This is perhaps, as we see, a good intercept there from Borlase, but then a step was called.
And she did step.
I was going to say, we've said it before, this is the last series and the last opportunity to see Vicky Wilson playing in Australia. Of course, she will line up in the World Championships, but she won't run out again on court in this country. As Cox misses perhaps one of the few, 21 from 25. Oh, Ellis, quick reflexes, the hands up there from the throw-in from Cox, and drags it back in for Australia.
Offside.
Centre third.
Gilmore now, President's 12. Mere seconds remaining in this second quarter as that one all stays in court. Richardson still had a foot in the court. Borlase, timekeeper's up, under 10 seconds remaining. They'll have to be quick. I wonder if Borlase realises. And that is half-time. Borlase doesn't get the opportunity. Sally Browning's gone down, and she has a cut knee there, or perhaps it looks like a bit of a serious injury here. She's calling for assistance from the bench. You can see some, it's a cut under her eye that's led onto her knee there. So medical assistance coming out onto court. We'll take a look at the statistic.
Australia have the turnover. Australia with 18 turnovers, President's 12 with 17, so fairly close with that statistic. Oh, well done, McMahon. Let it go to Delaney. That was well timed. Good play from Australia. Picking up the pace now in this third quarter.
They certainly are. That difference is back to 4, and they have the centre pass as we see Nice work from McMahon in the air and then to release quickly to Delaney. McMahon.
Once again, yes, McMahon creating a lot of options and opportunities for the forward line.
Williams stands aside. McMahon keeps her 100% record in this quarter. 5 from 5. Difference now only 3. It was 7 mere minutes ago. 33 plays 30. And as you said, Monica, this Australian team have just stepped it up a notch. They made quite a few changes, while the only change made to the President's 12 was Sally Browning's replacement, and that's Narelle Garbutt. So maybe a few of these players getting a little tired for the President's 12.
I think also when you look at the two shooters that were on in the first half and now two goal attackers as such on in the second half, they create a lot of movement, both McMahon and Delaney, and that's where the pace has been picked up.
President's 12 have led at both quarter-time breaks and do have a 4-goal lead in this third quarter. 34 plays 30 and they have possession, so chance to extend it to 5. Cox comes out of the circle. Illich does her best, and the pass just not quite weighted well enough. Illich and Harvey, good understanding between the two of them. McMahon onto O'Donnell. Nice ball into Delaney. Jackie Delaney also keeps her 100% record happening. Both McMahon and Delaney, 5 from 5. 34 plays 31, and this is the goal from Delaney. The other end, President's 12, throw in from Southby.
Elbow holding a player, pass the shot.
Illich with that penalty there. Cox will take the shot for the President's 12. Cox 26 from 32, make that 27 from 33. 82% shooting from Catherine Cox. Margin still 4, 35 plays 31.
Oh, O'Donnell did well to control it. She lost the handle, but then chased hard before it went over the sideline. Illich to O'Donnell. Pressure from Williams.
Pass or shot.
She's caused the contact. So Delaney, one step in. Oh, and that's the first miss for Jackie Delaney in this quarter. Williams with the rebound. So the President's 12. Oh, Gilmore manages just to get it back in as Delaney puts pressure on her. Hodge, double defended Cox, so she goes across the circle to Richardson. Now Cox breaks free. Comes up with the goal. Catherine Cox, 28 from 34 at 82%. President's 12, 36. The Australian team, 31.
Richardson to Cox, and she scores for the President's 12. Back with Southby and back with Catherine Cox also. And does it once again. 6 the margin, 37, 31.
Well, just as we thought the momentum was swinging the Australian way, Australian team's way, President's 12 have come back with a bit of fight and a bit of stick, and that's the first miss there for Sherelle McMahon as well. So the President's 12 again, looking to extend that lead back to the 7-goal lead.
Top of the circle.
Catherine Harvey lets out an as she was trying to block Southby getting in, and it was a contact picked up by umpire Jan Cross. Australia have it on the goal line. Squire moving away from the ball, gives Harvey the space to move into it, and the advantage stays. Play continues. McMahon, Toms and Delaney in that play to the post.
Keeps them within 5, 37 plays 32. Cox looks for an option, goes back to Gilmore. Finds Hodge. Hodge, Illich came out. Put pressure on Catherine Cox. I think got a touch to it.
Good work there from Illich. Keeps the body upright, clears the arms of Catherine Cox. Shows the umpire that there is no contact incurred in that movement.
Gilmore onto Hodge. Oh, Catherine Cox with the goal for the President's 12. 38 plays 32, just over 3 minutes remaining in this third quarter. And this is a much tighter contest we thought it would be in game 2. Nice work there from Richardson and from Gilmore.
Hodge holds it up, waits for Richardson to drive back down. Lets the shooters get back into position. Cox takes a strong one between Harvey and Illich. Good work from the President's 12 to take the lead back out by 7. 32 plays 39. Within 4, the Australian side. Blown out now to 8.
And just as it looks like the Australian team are picking it up a notch, they get it back to 4 the difference. President's 12 comes straight back at them.
Oh, that was timed sensationally there by Delaney and McMahon.
40 plays 33. Let's have a look. Certainly was. Good understanding there between the two of them. The other end, Southby's shot is hard off the back of the rim. Cox manages to drag it down, but her shot is short. This time Illich comes down with the ball. O'Donnell onto Delaney. Bullet pass through to McMahon, but it's gone through the hands.
Yeah, just outside.
It'll be a President's 12 ball.
Speared to McMahon, could not control it. Back with the live action there.
Defense, shoulder.
Southby releases it back to the penalty. Gilmore takes it. Hodge holds it up. Waits it well.
Advantage offside.
And that one was meant for Cox to the top. Richardson wasn't that well balanced. Harvey, a long one, far too long. Idea was almost right. It's too much height on the ball.
On the ball, goal attack.
Hodge to take it. Southby. Nobody at home for the President's 12 in the circle, but there's a...
It's pass or shot, deliberately obstructing. Pass or shot where you are.
You heard the call there from umpire Jan Cross, a deliberate obstruction. Stays with the President's 12, 33 plays 41.
Under a minute remaining, 41 plays 33. Harvey onto O'Donnell. McMahon finds Delaney. Williams pressuring in and out for Delaney. Garbutt brings it down strongly. 30 seconds left on the clock. I'm sure the President's 12 will be keen to get another one on the board. The bigger the difference as they go into the three-quarter time break, I'm sure the better they'll be feeling. The legs may be a little weary, but the chance of beating the Australian team, I think, is something that they'd be keen to do.
Bit of passion here at the moment between Illich and Cox.
Certainly is, and I think that's what's making this a better game than game one. 42 plays 33. Timekeeper's out of his chair. Looks like there's about 2 seconds left on the clock. Richardson into the centre, and that is three-quarter time here at the arena as we order a 6-goal lead at half-time. They lead now by 9, the President's 12. And we're underway in this fourth and final quarter of game 2 in the President's 12 series. Richardson chases hard.
Only one change to the Australian lineup. Ellis is on in goalkeeper. Illich is off.
O'Donnell. Oh. Garbutt gets in the way of that one, but it goes over the baseline.
Contact, penalty pass.
O'Donnell to Delaney. Drops in for Jackie Delaney. 7 from 9 at 78% at the moment. She shot at 72% in game 1 of this series. Richardson floats it across to Southby. Oh, good touch from Liz Ellis. And again, hands in there from Squire. Hodge into Southby. Southby with the goal. Watch this from Liz Ellis.
Great timing here. Waits for it, gets the tip, not infringing. But the ball with Delaney in Australia's goal circle. Just over 13 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter for Australia to make up this margin.
43 plays 35. Hodge finds Richardson to Southby out of the circle. Cross to Hodge as Southby makes her way back in.
Yes, and it was. Ellis front position. Cox with the contact. Australia through mid-court, running it down well. O'Donnell Good hands there from Reagan Gilmore.
Gilmore now working, and Catherine Cox all by herself in the goal circle. Gilmore saw it, got the ball to her, and Cox with an easy goal. 33 from 40. Watch this.
Good hands.
Starting obstruction.
There's Gilmore. They've got the intercept. And Williams working it down. Cox finishes it off.
Untouched.
Mistake there by the Australian team. Possession with the President's 12 in the centre third. Hodge out to Williams. Richardson finds Cox. Two Sydney Swifts, Ellis and Cox, having a good battle in this fourth quarter. Richardson over the top to Cox. Oh, and that one's shot.
Haken, Liz Ellis.
Leapin' Liz comes on through with a fantastic take there. Oh, they're all laughing at me now. I'm just getting excited.
It was a great take. President's 12, Southby was balanced on one foot. Big wind up there from Alison Williams.
Ellis has 5 intercepts against her name. Squire has 4. Some good work, but here we see the President's 12 on the attack.
Reagan Gilmore again, got her hand in with the intercept. Hodge holds it up, plays it round.
Contact outside.
They have a 9-goal lead, the President's 12.
On the arm.
Looking to extend that to
Rifle
10.
shot.
Catherine Cox will take the shot, and it doesn't roll in for her, and Ellis comes up with the rebound.
Contact wing attack.
Squire now to Harvey. Running the corridor of the court. Toms and O'Donnell.
Delaney just drops it behind her for Toms. O'Donnell into McMahon. Plenty of work being done in the goal circle by attackers and defenders alike. President's 12-44. Australia now 36. Under 11 minutes remaining in this match. One goes against Squire, so President's 12 start again quickly. Richardson over to Southby, who's by herself. Southby with the goal. 12 from 20 at 60%, Eloise Southby in this match. President's 12-45, Australia 36.
At the moment in this fourth quarter, very even. 9 at the three-quarter break. 9 the margin still. 10.5 minutes remaining. Delaney gathers it well. Shelley O'Donnell backing her up. Delaney, 9 from 11, 82%.
Richardson to Hodge. Back to Richardson. Oh, plenty of pressure from Ellis on Cox. Causes the contact. Hodge. Cross to Richardson. Gilmore and Southby combine.
The hand, pass or shot at the edge.
Cox, will she take it herself? Certainly does. Step to the side, and it's all net for Catherine Cox. 34 from 42 attempts now, and 81% for Catherine Cox. President's 12-46, Australia 37.
Such a contrast of styles between Catherine Cox and the Australian shooters, both Delaney and McMahon. Quite positive in their moves, determined. Catherine Cox very nonchalant and almost casual on occasions.
8 from 9 at 89% for McMahon. She's only been on in this second half, as has Delaney. 46 plays 38. 9 minutes remaining in the match. Cox out to Hodge, wants to improve the position, and in fact does just that. And it rolls out the back of the hand for Catherine Cox and through the net. 47 plays 38. President's 12 still in control of this game against the national team.
And look at Catherine Cox's statistics there. 35 from 43 attempts, 81%. So she has had a ripper of a game here against Australia tonight. Squire and O'Donnell. O'Donnell does well.
Advantage obstruction wing.
A lot of pressure being put on by the President's 12. Australia being forced quite away there, but getting to the top of the circle through Toms. Good hands there from Garbutt. McMahon spots O'Donnell by herself. The front option taken, the easier option, the smarter option through Delaney. 39 plays 47.
That difference is now 8 with coming up on 8 minutes remaining as Ellis takes yet another intercept. That's 6 against her name.
Contact.
Again, good movement by
Back a bit.
McMahon.
Come forward,
Straight to the ball.
Keeper.
Didn't veer
Come
from its
forward as
direction.
well.
Garbutt
Right.
behind her. Collects the contact. McMahon collects the goal for Australia. 40 plays 47.
Back to 7 now. Australia with the centre pass. Are they on a bit of a roll here? McMahon turns around. Yes, they are. Back to 6. 47 plays 41. Plenty of time remaining on this game clock.
McMahon balances again. Concentration at the post. And the President's 12 through Catherine Cox, also concentrating. 48 plays 41. Just over 7 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter.
Well, they've won each of the quarters so far in this match, the President's 12. But this is the important quarter. Doesn't matter if you win the first, second and third. If you're not in front
Where you are.
when the whistle blows at the end of the fourth, it really doesn't matter. McMahon with the goal. 48 plays 42. McMahon 11 from 12 at 92%. She shot 94% in game 1. So she's having a good tournament as far as her accuracy is concerned. Richardson, the pass into Cox, but she was heavily guarded by 2 defenders. Catherine Cox, 37 from 45 attempts at goal. Keeps the President's 12 at a 7-goal lead, 49 plays 42. They're not giving in.
No.
President's 12.
Wait till she's beside.
Tom's wanting to get that penalty underway.
Holding.
And contact called on Garbutt.
Pass the shot,
Delaney.
come in. Yes.
Delaney just asking. Come in a bit further. Yes was the answer. Shot was off target, but McMahon has regathered and gets another one on the board for the Australian team. But the President's 12 have the centre pass. So Richardson looking for an option. Cox stretches for that one, drags it back in. That one's short. Quite an easy take there for Ellis on this occasion.
The last few minutes, Simone, the sensation here on the sideline has been that Australia are going to come back, but then the President's 12 just playing it nicely back into Catherine Cox, not rushing the shot into her, rushing the pass into her.
Well, the Australian team did get it back within 3 at one stage. They're back within 5 at the moment, make that 4. So, for the difference, 49 plays 45 and 5 minutes on the clock. Plenty of time here for a close finish, I'd say. Gilmore onto Hodge. Richardson onto Cox. Hodge, nice bounce pass into Southby.
Pass or shot, goalkeeper.
And Eloise Southby with the goal for the President's 12. That's their 50th goal of the match. And I'm sure Sue Hawkins
Round further.
will be very pleased
Yes, where you are.
with this performance from her team regardless. As we have said, these girls haven't played together as a team for very long at all. First time was in game 1.
Pass, goalkeeper out
And
of
there's
play.
Sue looking on with great interest.
Yes, where you are.
She has a lot of different ideas about netball and strategies and the way that she should use statistics within the match.
Has been coached by some of the best coaches in Australia as we see Australia come within 4 again, 46 plays 50. Sue Hawkins, a former member of Victorian state team and also Australia, coached by Joyce Brown and Margaret Caldo, Norma Plummer, Wilma Shakespeare, a whole range of very experienced coaches within the Australian netball network.
Under 4 minutes remaining in this 4th and final quarter. There is 4 the difference. 50 plays 46.
This is where we see the young President's 12 side, whether they can hang on to this game here, whether the experienced Australian side will create the opportunities and force the errors from the youngsters. Delaney within 3.
The crowd now getting into this match. They're sensing the Australian team coming back here against the President's 12. McMahon out to Toms, goes through the hands and over the baseline. It is quite an experienced President's 12 team out on court, though. Most of the young, fresh faces are on the bench. Richardson was here in 95 and 96. And most of the others are permanent National League players. Southby takes it back out to 4, the lead. 51 plays 47. Richardson. Southby goes backwards to Gilmore, trying to find a clear option. Williams is going to have to fight for that one.
It's good work there from Delaney, putting the pressure on. But still with the President's 12 set up by Alison Williams in at goal defence. Not many changes from the President's 12 during the course of this game.
Richardson just scoops it off to Cox, who gets the goal. They're staying steady, the President's 12. Out by 5 again. 52 plays 47, 2 minutes remaining. Harvey to Delaney, O'Donnell into McMahon. Quick pass back to O'Donnell. Delaney now lines up. Oh, good goal from Jackie Delaney. 13 from 17 in the second half for Delaney.
O'Donnell balks Delaney, mid-range, Garbutt extension, but Delaney with the shot for Australia. For the margin.
Oh, through the hands of Southby. Possession now to the Australians.
He made a comment earlier about the ball, how it looks to be slippery, and I agree. There doesn't seem to be a clean take on the ball. So many times they've been grappling with it. It's gone over the goal line. Not that much control.
Each team has 22 turnovers against their name as McMahon puts another one in for Australia. 3 the difference now, 52 plays 49. Running out of time, though, just over a minute remaining in the match. Delaney, with urgency, gets it into McMahon, wasting no time. Off the back, though, from McMahon, and Garbutt comes down with the rebound. Out to her teammate, the Kestrel's teammate, Richardson. That one over a third. Perhaps a crucial turnover against the President's 12.
Oh, pass. Was a good pass. McMahon couldn't contain it. Looks to be the President's 12. This margin too much to make up. 40 seconds to go. 3 the difference. 52 plays 49.
And won't that set us up well for the third game in this series? It'll be 1 apiece. Cox goes offside there. So a turnover to the Australians.
Take the penalty.
Maureen Boyle calls them back to take the penalty. Harvey gets them underway again. McMahon into Delaney. Heavy pressure from Williams. It's over the baseline. So it does look like the President's 12 are home and hosed here in this second match. Timekeeper is out of his chair as McMahon may get another one on the board for the Australian team. Does just that. Mere seconds remaining in this game, and in fact that is full time here at the arena, and the President's 12 have beaten the national team by 2 goals, 50